Difference. Super, it is octane, and I have said octane is the measurement of fuels resistant to engine knocking. And then we have diesel, which we use cetane. So these are two different products. The other product is iGain. This is illuminating kerosene. Therefore, an engine. So, a diesel engine will never take super, and a petrol engine will never take diesel because of these facts. If a diesel engine takes an octane, it will not. If an octane engine takes acetane or diesel, it will not. So this means that you should be very careful outside there. Never ever misfill or give a customer a product that he doesn't need. Are we together? And that's where we go to the second topic of our 8 standard steps of customer service, where you must ask the product type. When you come to kerosene, we measure it using octane. Now this octane, what is the meaning of illuminating? It is light. For in fact, light is used at home. Now, let's go back a little bit to the colors. The color PMS, it is pinkish. Then the color code. I have said we have the color and the color code. So the color code is red. Are we together?
Yes.
Yes. When we come to our diesel, its color is grayish. The color itself. Ukiletoa diesel hapa uone its color. It's grayish. Are we together? Then its color code. Sometimes we'll have black and yellow. Are we together? So you will see our tanks, we will paint them either yellow or black or gray. But the color code or the color of diesel is grayish. Then the color for super is pinkish. But when you come to color code, maybe the nozzle or the tank is colorless. But its color code is white. Peace means peace. Are we together? Are we together, guys?
Yes.
Then a question about the products. Any question about the products? Yes, please. I have said the octane is the measurement of fuel resistance to engine knocking. Are we together? So this measurement, they use, these things have to pass many quality checks. Are we together? In the laboratories, and also the octane 95 is the one that we have currently in Kenya. So the lower the octane, the poorer the fuel. The higher the octane, the better the fuel. Are we together? And that's why, that's a very good question. That's why some years back in the 1990s, we had fuel, a type of fuel we called regular. Regular. You know why this regular was scrapped? It was scrapped because it was octane 90. Are we together? I think it was around 88 to 90. So it was too poor or too low that when it's put to these modern vehicles, they won't produce smoke. Are we there? Because the engine is a little bit advanced. Second, it's Jesus. That one has no any other explanation because we don't have types of pizza. Are we there? But the measurement is the one that determines. The more it is defined, the higher is number 8. Are we there? The old version, then the rest of this number is. Yeah, the measurement name for this. Are we together? Any other question? About the color codes? There's a question about that. Okay? Yes. Maybe. Ask a question. Come on. Don't fear if you have not understood anything about that. Those are the products. Because the other product, product number 4, is lubricants. This company is based in Dubai. It is owned by the government of Dubai. It is the abbreviation for this is Emirates National Oil Corporation. ENOC means Emirates National Oil Company or Corporation. Are we together? So here in Kenya, we distribute and sell ENOC lubricants. We distribute and sell ENOC lubricants. There is a broad topic about ENOC. Is it yellow? Yes. The color for the cylinder is yellow. And the meaning of LPG is liquefied petroleum gas. Liquefied petroleum gas. That is the meaning of LPG. So these are the 5 products that you will find in our station. These are the 5 products that you will find in all our stations. Are we together? Are we together? Yes. So we are done with that topic about banana products. Next. Please, there is a question that is coming for this about this. You understood? That's great.
I think so.
That's V-power. There is nothing special with V-power, my brother. It is only a higher octane fuel. Are you together? Yes. And leading in all fuels, they have the lead metal. They have the lead metal. Are we together? The lead metal. Because during the mining, are we together? So, the only thing that they usually try to do is to diminish or to bring these lead in very low qualities to negligible particles that cannot be seen. And that's why you usually see super is unleaded. Unleaded. Because when you burn lead, it produces carbon. Are we together? It is not environmental friendly. And that's why sometimes you see in our stations, we supply a low sulfur diesel. Are we together? Low sulfur diesel. Environmental friendly. Are we together? Yes, environmental friendly. So unleaded premium means there is one. V-power, I have said it's just fuel with a higher octane. With a higher, you say octane? So I have to ask you something. You say octane, explain what is octane. He said, somebody who knows. Clap for that boy. I was once a teacher. And I have explained this. The products that we have in lubricants, we have petrol engine oil, we have diesel engine oil, we have the specialties, the hydraulic oils, and the gear oils. When we come to the grades, we have the monograde, we have the multi-grade, and we have the synthetic. So, these 2 products, they must have these grades. They have these grades. So you are here to learn or to know what a monograde is, and what a multi-grade is, and what a synthetic is. Because these grades, you will meet them in petrol engine oil, and you will get them also in diesel engine oil. So let me explain what mono means, and multi-grade means, and synthetic means. For this one, I'll give you an example. Now let's cook porridge. Then you get the ingredients of cooking porridge. Ingredients or a recipe of cooking porridge. Let's start from here. Flour. Yes, flour. We have flour. 2. Water. 3. Bravo. Be out, my brother. Sugar. These are the ingredients of cooking porridge. Yes. No, it can't be that all. Flour, water, and sugar. It can't be.
Starting steak.
Yeah, something else? Let's hear from the ladies. Milk! These people, they don't know how to cook porridge. Milk! Something else? Milk? Money? No? Rota, yes, rota. We have flour, kuna unga, kuna maji, kuna sukari na kuna maziwa. Something else that we put in porridge for food. Maybe something else you can cook. Pika uji. Wanaume hata ndio wanajua kupika uji kwa lipo. Nani amesema bluebird? We have bluebird. Yeah? Something else? That's all you know. Dimu, lemon. Are you about or you are just to know? How do you go? Ndimu, we have ndimu. Now, wewe unasema unga. Na wewe unasema maji. When we mix, we get uji. Si ni kweli? That's a mono grade. That's a mono? That's a mono grade. Then we have Zabron there. Amechukua hiyo tu. Yao wamemix na wamekunywa. Wamekunywa mono grade. Lakini sasa hii ya hawa Zabron aichukue. Aongeze sukari. Okay? Ongeze sukari na ongeze kamaziwa. Okay? Zabron na Elijah watakuwa wanakunywa multigrade. Okay? Are we together? Then we have Mary there. Achukue hiyo uji bado, aongeze ka bluebird na aongeze ka dimu. Are we together? Watakuwa wanakunywa synthetic. So who is taking the best? Yeah? Mary is taking uji ile mzuri. Si kweli? Which is the synthetic. Same with chromatin. So, monograde it is just refined base oil. Multigrade it is more refined base oil. Synthetic it is refined oil with additives. Imeongezwa kachumbari. Lakini hii haina kachumbari. Hii okay, hii imeongezwa kidogo lakini si sana. Lakini synthetic imeongezwa additives to make it more refined. Are we together? Yes. So for petrol engine oil, we have the monogrades. Yenye tu oil. Each diesel engine oil, we also have the monogrades. And we have the synthetic and we have the multigrade. Okay? Yes. Now let's go to the names before. For this grade, there is further explanation that we will get on Wednesday about these monogrades and multigrade and synthetic. Because there are some numbers you get in the container that we call SAE and API. Are we together? Yes. This is, I don't want to confuse you. Maybe you'll get this one a full topic about lubricants on Wednesday. But for now, I want to give you the examples of monograde, multigrade, and synthetic in petrol and diesel engine. Are we together? Yes. So, the Enoch lubricants, as I said, they have their ranges. So, the petrol engine oil, we have the Protect range. The Protect range. protect range. Eno, lubricants, petrol, engine oil. Oil za petroli za Eno tunaziita protect range. Tunazipea a family or a family name called protect range. Are we together? Then oil za diesel tunazipea a family name or a range that we call the Vulcan range. Vulcan range. So ukiona pahali popote pameandikwa protect, ujue hiyo ni ya petroli. Okay? Ukiona pahali pameandikwa protect, ujue hiyo ni ya petroli. Ukiona pahali pameandikwa Vulcan, ujue hiyo ni diesel. Are we together? Am I clear? Then the specialties. Okay, let me give you an example of a product. We have Protect Premium. Protect, hiyo ni multi-grade ya Protect range ama ya petrol engine oil. We have the Protect HD. That's a monogram. Protect HD 40. We call it Protect HD 40. That is a monogram. Then we have Protect Extreme. Protect Extreme. That is this. Okay. Then when you come to diesel, Vulcan, you have Vulcan to that. That is a monogram. Then you have Vulcan 770. That is a monogram. Then we have Vulcan 770 SLB. That is a synthetic. Are together? Specialties, they are those lubricants that can be used by a diesel engine and a petrol engine. An example is brake fluid. It's a specialty. Number 2, coolant. Si gari ya diesel iko na radiator? Gari ya super iko na radiator? Yes, coolant tunaweka kwa radiator. Okay? Are we together? Hydraulics. Hizi tinga kama ile ilikuwa hapa inaiwanga hiyo kitu na hydraulic oil. Are we together? Then we have the gear oils. The family name for gear oils is Xenon. The Xenon range. From the gear oils we have the automotive oils ama ATF. Automotive transmission fluid. Their family name is called active range. So you go get active premium or active super. Then brake fluid, we have the dot 4 or the dot 3. Then there is another family that I don't want to forget. We call it the grease. The grease family, we call it Veron range. We call it Veron. Yeah, the Veron range. The Veron range. Am I confusing? No. Are we together? And that's the end of that topic because I don't want you to abandon it. So much. The meaning of SAE is Society of Automotive Engineers. The meaning of SAE is Society of Automotive Engineers. Most of you have seen these numbers written in our oil car. There is a 5 that is different, and there is a 10 that is that, and there is a 19 that is 40. This is type of group. So, the Society of Automotive Engineers is a society that was started in 1901 with an approximate of 132,000 American engineers, and they classified or they tried to classify lubricants numerically and denoting or trying to explain about viscosity. Now, how do we get these numbers? Or what do these numbers mean? This number, 5W30, so the last number here indicates the performance of engine at 100 degrees centigrade. And then the 5W denotes how these lubricants will behave when it is cold. Therefore, how do we get these numbers? These numbers, we get them by heating the lubricant or the oil at 100 degrees, and then we pass it through a viscometer. And then this viscometer will time the flow rate of this lubricant or this oil through the viscometer. So this viscometer will, when timed, will give us this number, and now this number is the one that we call SAE. So the flow of this lubricant, the faster it will flow, the higher the SAE number. And the slower it will flow through the viscometer, the higher the SAE number. So this one brings us to this graph. So the higher the number, the slower the lubricant. The lower the number, the faster the flow of the lubricant. So at 50 it's very high, but at 20 it's a little bit very low. And this one have been the reason why we are heating this lubricant at 100 degrees centigrade is because at 100 degrees centigrade is the maximum temperature that an engine can heat. So it is the maximum temperature an engine can heat. So the working temperature of an engine is 100 degrees. That's why we are heating this at 100 degrees. Therefore, at 100 degrees centigrade, a lubricant will act at SAE 30. And when it is cold or during the winter, the lubricant will act at SAE 5. So this W denotes winter. Winter is during the cold season. Therefore, this is called the viscosity rate of every lubricant. So the lower the viscosity rate, the better the oil, and the higher or the thicker the oil, the higher the viscosity. Are we together at that point? Are we together? We have some lubricants that you'll see they only have SI 40 and others at SI 30. This denotes that this lubricant is only set to perform on hot places or when the engine is hot, but it cannot perform well when it is cold because it will be so thick. When it is very cold, this lubricant will be so thick, and we need a very thin oil so that when we start the vehicle, this thin oil will move very fast into all parts that we need to lubricate, and then it will perform its purpose of lubrication. Are we together? This now brings us back into yesterday's topic where I mentioned about monograde with multigrade and synthetic. Are we together? So, the lubricant that has only been tested on hot when it is hot, it is a monograde. Then, the multigrade and the synthetic will have these two numbers, but the lower the number, the better the oil. So when you get these numbers, they are too low. You have to know that that oil is a synthetic oil. But when they are an average, like the PW40, that is a multigrade. So these multigrade oils, they are very good, and this is what they are recommended. Or unless the vehicle has recommended a specific type of a lubricant, the multigrade and the synthetic oil, they are the best. Are we together to that point? Yes, that's how these numbers that you see in cans will derive. This is how you can be able to explain them better. Unless there is somebody with a question, that is what we call an SAE. So when you see these numbers in your cans, tomorrow you will have a lubricant recipe. We will come with lubricant as examples here. So when you see these numbers, you won't be confused. This is how we get the numbers. We pass the oil through the viscometer. When it is heat at 100 degrees, the faster it flows, the lower the SAE number. The slower it flows, the higher the SAE number. Now, as the SAE Society of Hydrologic Engineers. These are engineers in America who came up to classify lubricants numerically denoting viscosity. Are you together? Thank you very much. Unless there is somebody with a question. The brand name is called Bob.
Yes.
Our LPG brand name. Tell us, clap for that man. Tell us. Are we together? Vipimo vya Delgas, we have 6 kg. Vipimo vya Delgas, we have 6 kg. And we have 13 kg. And from 13 kg, we have 50 kg. Are we together? The issue here is that mail, what do you use at home? You wear the tube, you can't, you have to be that person, right? Unless you work where you wear to, you want to be a pro gas. You know, you want to be a delta, you can't be better. Alright? Yes. You want to be a guy in Wasike?
Aish.
Yeah. That's very bad, right? The retail price, it is always guided. The retail price is always guided. Are you together? Yes. Any question? Serve our customers well. It is to help us serve our customers well. I want to draw a diagram here. We have a customer here. Are we together? We have a customer there. Now, this customer purchases. Okay? So there is purchase. Are we together? So the customer purchases what? Our product. We talked about our product, isn't it? Now, when this customer purchases, then Mary gives good service. Good? Yes. Gives good service. Are we together? Now, the customer has purchased. Mary has given this customer good service. And then here, the customer is satisfied. Are we together? The customer is satisfied. Are we together? When the customer is satisfied, what does he do? He repeats business. Are we together? He comes again or comes again. Are we together? That is the cycle. The customer, he purchases, he gets good service, he's satisfied, he comes again. Customer purchases, good service, satisfied, repeat business. Are we together? Yes. That is the essence of running customer service. Are we together at that point? Now, the company formulated 8 steps to help you. Now, where do we lie right now? And what do I want us to learn? We need to learn good service. Because if we remove good service, there will be no creation of business. The customer will come again, isn't it? The customer will come purchase, and then if we get bad service, he won't be satisfied. Will he come? No. So the core thing is good. The core thing is good service. So we have to learn on how and the processes of giving good services to our customers. And to help us in this, we have formulated 8 steps. And I want to highlight these 8 steps one by one so that you can learn them. Step number one is guiding the customer. Guiding the customer. Guiding the customer. So when you are standing on top of your IRAD, you should be facing into the direction, you should be standing in a way that you can see both sides, both entry and both exit. Are we together? So that any upcoming traffic using the exit, you can see. Any vehicle that is coming from the exit, you can see. And what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to guide. You guide the customer to the correct hierarchy, putting in mind the positioning of the tank. Are we together? So that this customer, when he relax to that hierarchy, he will be able to fuel with ease. Are we together at that point? Which formula do we use to guide our customer? When standing on top of the hierarchy, you beckon. You beckon the customer because the customer must have seen you and you have seen the customer. So for you to attract the customer, you have to call him. Are we together? Are we together? So you call him and then you direct him to the correct hierarchy, putting in mind the positioning of the tank. Are we together? Take an example. If this is our customer, this is our hierarchy, you are standing here, the pump of this customer is on this side. Will you call him this side or will you call him this side? You're supposed to call him this side, so that you fuel easy. Are we together? Because if you call him this side, you can push a pipe the other side. It's impossible. Are we together? Are we together? That is step number one. That is step number one. Step number two, there are some safety measures. There are some safety measures when you are guiding the customer. You should never stand in front of a vehicle. Always keep on top of the hierarchy. And I showed you the hierarchy. And I'll take you for a second. Always stand on the hierarchy. And then, when there is traffic, another customer they are building queue. You should organize a good queue. You should organize a good queue. Number two is that when the customer have already been directed, he has made a stop at the hierarchy, always go to the driver's side. So when you go to the driver's side, you greet the customer. This is something that you are not supposed to forget. You greet the customer. How do you go to the driver's side? For your own safety, you should always use behind the vehicle, not in front. Don't pass in front of the vehicle. Use behind the vehicle. Make sure that the driver has the safety measure. Make sure that the driver has engaged the handbrake. Are we together? Make sure that the customer has switched off the vehicle. Are we together? And then make sure that the customer has lowered his windows. Are we together? And then you go to the driver's side. And when you go to the driver's side, the first thing to do is to greet the customer. Greeting our customer, we use correct spells. For example, good morning. That's correct spell. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, you too. And now you can also put something like madam or good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon, sir. Are we together? Are we together? Now, after the greetings and using the correct spell, but don't tell your customer good morning and it's in the evening, or it's night. You are in night shift, but will have your customer good morning. Yeah? You'll be feeling a joke, alright? Then, from there, we go to step number 3. Umesalimia customer, na yeye amekusalimia. Now this time, it is to offer full tank. We offer full tank. Never ever suggest to a customer the amount that is supposed to fuel. Hata kama ni motorbike, hata kama mimi umemzoea huyu unajua huyu anatumia 50. Mwanzo kumwambia kama kawaida, hapana. Kama ni mmoja unamwambia because 50. No. We offer full tank. And in English, no, not in English, but in Kiswahili, nijaze tank. Nijaze tank. Are we together? Nijaze tank. Then the customer will respond with the dog. Are we together? The customer will respond with an order. Atakwambia, "Roda, hapana, don't give me full tank, but give me 3,000. Are we together? Ama jaza na 3,000. Why are we telling our customers full tank, offering full tank? Never say at niwekee ama niwekee gap. If you start telling your customers niwekee gap, that is poor customer service. It is not good customer service. And I have shown you the cycle. Are we together? Yes. Never ever niwekee gap. Wewe zoea niwekee full tank. Okay? Kwa Kiswahili. Kwa Kiingereza, may I fill up your tank? Okay? Then the customer will respond with a note. No, don't fill up the tank. Give me 3,000. Why are we insisting on full tank? Take an example. I'm going to do. Niko hapa. So nimekuja nimesema nitakutia share ya pale chini nitumie 1,000 hapa nipige 5,000 pale nipige 1,000 na pale nitakuja hapo kwa station nipige. Unaona sasa hiyo inapeleka mpaka vipi? But sasa hapa nimekuja Zabo ambaye ana smile, amenisalia na smile, greeting your customer, you should smile, and ameniambia niweke full tank. Nikasema okay sawa, acha niweke yote tu hapa. Niweke yote hapa hivi. Baada ya kwenda kidogo. Have you created business? You have created business just by the word full tank. Okay? Yes, always offer full tank. Then, when the customer responds with an order, you confirm. That is now number 4. You confirm the product type. This is where I got to the morning and I insisted confirming of product type. Is it diesel? Is it super? Is it diesel? Is it? Hapo. Confirm? Yes, this is the confirmation. I don't know. Confirmation. What are you confirming? Product type. That's step number 4. Number 2. So utauliza pale kwa customer, unamuuliza is it diesel or is it super? Are we together? Yes, na atakwambia it is super. Okay? Sometimes you get this good customer, wanakuuliza unaona hii kama ni gari ya nini? You don't be pissed off. You have to get used of these things. Are we together? You'll be meeting all type of people, all type of customers, and you are here to contain them. There is like a small topic. We will talk on how we handle new violent customers. Are we together? So you confirm the mode of payment. You confirm mode of payment. And we usually have three mode of payment in all our systems. Number 1, we have cash. Everybody knows that, isn't it? Number 2, we have M-Pesa. Number 3, we have the BQ or bank or Visa payment. Are we together? Yes. Now, why are we confirming the mode of payment before we fuel? You have to get this point. Why are we offering or asking the customer the mode of payment before even fueling? Take an example. There is no PDQ machine. The customer doesn't have cash. Amekwambia uweke 3,000. Atalipa na M-Pesa. And we have some M-Pesa delay. The Safaricom is maintaining its systems and there is delay. The customer has no cash. So hata kama we have M-Pesa nearby, we can't keep it going. There is delay, isn't it? So will you keep your customer here until Safaricom makes up its system? No. The customer will drive off. You lose authority, you lose shortage, you. You can't see the move. Okay? Take an example, your PDQ has no power. The customer has only the card, the bank card. Na hakuna bank karibu anaweza withdraw. You need to confirm the mode of payment. When it comes to the mode of payment, when it comes to M-Pesa, we do not confirm message from the customer's phone. We confirm the authentication of the payment using our phone, the station phone. Unaangalia message kwa station yako ya station. So when a customer pays, umelipa? Ngoja sijaona. When you see the confirmation of payment, ndio una release. Alright? Customer si kuonyesha ndio hii nimelipa. Unaona nimelipa? Some people usually modify the message and kuonyesha anasema tu check it. Anaenda kuja hapa kufanya hesabu. There is no payment. Okay? Step number 5. Are we together?
Yes.
Yes, step number 5. Now, our step number 5 is offering the windshield clean. The only free thing a customer will ever get in a gas station is washing the windshield. You have money, okay? It is free and it should be done professionally and it should be done to all customers. If I come here, I watch you that you are not cleaning morning, you are not cleaning the glasses or the windshield, I will give you a warning letter because it is free. It is the only thing that a customer will ever get. That is cleaning the windshield. The only free thing. The only free thing. How are you supposed to do it? You are supposed to start in the rear and then you finish in the front glass and you finish to the driver's side. Are we together? Use right, left strokes and use a good clean squeegee. Use soapy water and cleans clean water. Alright? Are we together? Yes. I will teach you practically on how to do that. Number 6. We are on the 8 steps. 8 steps. 8 steps. Number 6. Under bonnet check. Under bonnet? Under bonnet check. And let me tell you guys, all these 8 steps, you are supposed to do them within maybe 2 with a maximum of 2 to 3 minutes. All these steps, you are supposed to do them with a maximum of 2 to 3 minutes. Why? You have another customer waiting. Okay? So fueling, cleaning the glass, offering full tank, confirmation of mode of payment, zeroizing the meter, and then you start feeding, cleaning the windshield. Now we are in under bonnet, which is supposed to be a maximum of 3 minutes. Now, what is the main aim of under bonnet check? What is the main aim for under bonnet check? It is to make a lubricant sale. It is to make a lubricant sale. Are we together? We check the under bonnet. It is not for free. Okay, sometimes it's free when the customer will not buy the lubricant, right? But our main aim is to make sure that we have convinced the customer to buy a lubricant. How? When we have either top up, we advise the customer takes a top up. Then if we realize that this customer has exceeded mileage, he's supposed to do a full service. We have our service bay and we have our lubricants. We have the service from the guy who comes and do. Now, there are those steps of checking under bonnet. And I will show you some things in a video, and there's a video you will watch. And there are some pictures you will see on how you check under bonnet. Now, currently, you request the customer to open the hood. You request the customer to open the hood and check the following. Number 1, radiator and the windshield reservoir levels. The radiator has its reserve. Don't open the radiator. Don't open the cap of the radiator. There is a reserve. Are we together? That is where you check whether there is it is like a container like this. It's like a container like that. There is this is where you put coolant. There is full. There is the level of full and there is the level of empty. Okay? So if you realize this coolant is at the empty level, you advise the customer to top up with coolant. When it is full, it's full. It's okay. Okay? That is number 1. Then there is the water. Maji ya wiper. The same. You fill it, okay, with water. Then number 2, check the battery fluid level. Kila mtu anajua battery? Kila mtu anajua battery? Yes. So unaangalia levels za maji. If it is a dry cell battery, it doesn't have levels for water. It has a light. When it is color green, it's okay. When this is green. When it is color red, the battery is faulty. The battery is faulty. When it is red, the battery is faulty. Advise the customer to battery yako si nzuri. Maybe you're selling batteries, maybe you're selling the tension and physical condition of the fan guards. This one, which is according to the model of the car. You have some cars that you can see the fan guard, and you have some cars that you can see the fan guard. So what you check from the fan guard, hapa hivi in front, whether zimekatika or they are worn out, you can advise the customer. All together? From there, the power steering fluid, ATF. Unaongea mambo na lubricants. Nitawaambia ATF. ATF ni power steering. Power steering ndio tunaita kama mafuta ya steering. To make the steering easy. So ATF, this one should be measured when hot. Should be measured when hot. So I think you are supposed to tell the customer a little bit switch on the level, and then you check this. From there, you check the general status of the engine. Is it dirty? Is it clean? Is it the overall of the engine? And then you advise the customer. And then from there, you check the engine oil. The last part is checking the engine oil. Why are we checking the engine oil last? Why are we checking the engine oil last? Who knows? Yes, mechanic. Round. After good clap for him. That's the answer. I don't have to add anything or remove anything. This, it is to give the vehicle time to cool down, and the oil will have gone down in its reserve. Then you will get the correct measure. You get the correct measure. How do we measure? We put inside, we pull, we clean it, we put the second time, and then pull and show the customer the level. So, what are these levels? We have one. I think I have some pictures here to show you. I have some pictures to show. I'll show you some pictures here before. So after this, remind me, right? And the video, right? So we have number one. If the oil is clean oil, you will see it. Okay? That what means that the customer has already done service. It's clean like that. The oil is clean. Okay? The dipstick has two levels. It has a level of empty, and it has a level of full. Okay? So when the oil is clean and full, the customer is going to go. When the level is clean and empty, advise the customer to check. Maybe the oil was not enough. Okay? That is number one. Number two, dirty. Dirty oil is the black one. That oil is the black one. So when it is dirty and full, advise the customer to do full service. Okay? When it is dirty and maybe almost empty, and the service is not due, you can advise the customer for a top. You advise the customer for a top. Are we together? Did you get the difference? Good. Now, from there, we go to step number 7. From there, we go to step number 7. What is our number 7? Our number 7 is complete payment, accuracy, and with integrity. We talked about integrity in the morning, right? Right? Yes, integrity. So, complete payment. So, our customer in this case was taking 3,000, okay? Our customer was taking 3,000. And our customer has said that we will pay cash. We will pay cash. But when we are doing under bonnet, he has bought a lubricant worth 450. So the total amount our customer is supposed to give is 3,450. Are we together?
Yes.
So maybe the customer has given you 3,500. What's the change? 50 more. Are we together? Yes. Hand over that to the customer. Now, in the payment part, when the customer gives you 3,500, mention, tell the customer you have given me 3,500. Are we together? When you are giving the change of 50, mention to the customer, and your change is 50. Your change is why? The customer might receive the 3,500 in hand. Papa, changanya na zako wewe kwa. Alafu customer, nimekupea hivi. What will happen? Na uko na pesa zingine umechanganya. Nimekupea hivi. So, you see the problem? Then, when giving change, you pay a customer change your 50. Would you mention and your change is 50. Then customer aingie kwa washroom arudi. Okay? Exactly, unalipia change. Kwanza kuchukua yes, sijapea. Nakwambia unalipia. Rudi kwa mfuko unampea. But if you could have mentioned and your change is 50, arudi, you will remember. Isn't it? You will remember saying, okay? Follow these instructions and you will never meet yourself in the problems. Are we together? Follow these instructions and you will never meet yourself in the problems. Sometimes because maybe she's there, she smiled, she directed the customer, she went to the driver's side and greeted the customer with a smile. Even if you have a mask, you have to smile inside your mask and the customer. So this girl is smiling. You offered a full tank. You confirm the mode of payment, you confirm the product type, you clean the glass, you check the other bonnet, and now you are receiving cash in a good way. And then you go to step number 8, you are telling your customer, thank you. You are buying a customer, thank you, and come again. In a 50, another compare, in your magic, you get that. Because of giving good customer service. Are we together? You get a tip. You get a tip? But if Karaoke is just jumping up and down, no customer service, no creativity, anaenda anauliza customer nikwekee ngapi, haraka haraka, unakaa sana, everything. Atapewa tip. Atapewa na nani? Very poor customer service. And I'm teaching you all these steps so that you will get to know what you require. Okay? Are we together? Are we together, guys?
Yes.
Any question? Step number 8. Nimesema it is binding the customer. Farewell. Binding the customer. Farewell. How? Tell him thank you and come again. Delta. Thank you and come again. Yes. Thank you and come again. Delta. Maureen, ask a question. Yes. Okay, una notice na taa hapa juu kwa betri kuna taa. Hiyo taa lazima iwake green color. Ukipata ikiwa imewaka color green iko sawa. Ukipata imewaka taa ya red, hiyo betri si sawa. Are we together? Na voice kama unajua ile betri yako ni imeisha. Yes, ask a question. He has a question.
Suppose a customer doesn't want you to pay their food check.
Now, the correct way to do it is even to do it before you ask the customer. But you are supposed to ask. Okay? If the customer doesn't want the glass to be cleaned or the windshield to be cleaned, it's good. It's fine. But you have tried. Alright? Yes.